Hey, what is the gold standard of exercise? Is it boxing? Is it martial arts? Is it running? Is it sprinting? Is it dancing? Is it going to the gym? Is it playing sport? What is the best way to exercise? It's probably a bazillion-dollar question. And could there be a bazillion different answers? Well, technically 7, maybe 8 billion answers, because that's how many people live on the planet. And is it possible that we're all different? Now, physiologically, we're the same. We've all got a heart, we've got lungs, we've got bones, muscles, endocrine system, central nervous system, and they all work together in the human body to get us fit and strong. But we all have different lifestyles, we are different ages, we have different genders, we have different cultures, and we have different likes and dislikes. Now, if I was designing something perfect for everybody, there's probably 2 or 3 things to consider. And if you're an exercise professional, my first request is this: please learn your anatomy and physiology. Please learn how the human body works. And I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, because isn't that what exercise professionals do? Shouldn't they know their anatomy and physiology? And the answer is yes, they should. But it seems that as humans, there's a lot of should've, could've, would've's going on. But if I ask questions of most exercise instructors, how does the endocrine system work in conjunction with the central nervous system, with the skeletal and muscular system, to keep people cardiovascularly fit and strong and disease-free because they've got a strong immune system and they've got great nutrients flowing through their body because they've got a great digestive system? Most people can't answer the question. In fact, they look at me a bit blindly and go, and they start repeating stuff that they've seen on social media. Now, I can't control any of that. I've tried. I've been on the planet a really long time. I've been in education for exercise professionals for a really long time. I want our exercise professionals to understand how the human body works, but I have no control over that. And just as a fun side note, the mission statement for the Max International Colleges used to be to inspire people to be healthy, fit and strong, change the health and fitness of the world, and raise the professional standards of the exercise profession. Well, I've learned the hard way as an old lady. There's two things that were never going to work there. One is the world doesn't necessarily want to be healthy, fit and strong. And 2, the exercise profession doesn't really want to be professional, because if they did, they would be. And I share that without I'm not bitter or twisted or even angry or disappointed, because I can't control what other people do. But I have full control over what I do, and you have full control over what you do. Isn't that awesome? So should we be designing, if we're exercise professionals, should we be designing exercise programs for people that are going to give them the best result in the shortest period of time with the shortest workout possible that is risk-free as possible? So the chance of injury is as low as possible. So safe, effective and fast. So not just that the workout is fast, but they get results fast. So if that's the outcome, I'm going to say it again, because please consider that. The exercise program I give somebody is safe, because obviously if I'm injured, I can't do anything. It's effective, so it works. It's really short, the workout's really short. And the reason for that, even if somebody's got an hour or 2 hours to exercise, they may not always have 2 hours or 1 hour to exercise. They might not always be able to go to the gym 5-6 times a week. So what can I do to create a program for them that even if they are time poor, if they've got children that they weren't expecting, or children came up and they weren't expecting it, they have a new job, they move to another country, they go on holidays, doesn't matter what happens, we give them the shortest exercise program possible to keep them healthy, fit and strong. If they want to exercise for longer, that's okay. Then the result has to be fast. So what's the point of giving somebody a program that, in 6 months' time you'll be fit, or 12 months' time you'll be strong? Surely people want to see a result immediately. And when I say immediately, that's really important, because if I walk out of my first exercise session and I don't feel like this is going to change my health, my strength, my fitness, the way I feel about myself physically, mentally, it's not going to change the way I look, then why would I come back? So we need something that's going to be safe. It works now, first workout. It's really short, the workout, and I get results really fast. So is that possible? And of course the answer is yes, because if you study anatomy and physiology, it's a really simple process. The human body is designed biologically to stay alive, don't die, to feel really good, to have a stack of energy, because obviously to live your life, you've got to have energy and vitality, and you've got to feel like you want to get up and get going. But ultimately, the point is to reproduce. That's what the biology of the human race is for, to stay alive, to feel good, so that you want to reproduce. And as I always share, there's not too much reproducing going on if you've got a headache, or if you feel fat, or if you've got a disease that makes you feel tired and lethargic. So the goal is to keep people, and this has been my goal my whole life, is to keep people alive, yay, make sure that they feel good with a stack of energy, vitality, I call it the 3 E's, energy, enthusiasm, excitement for life, so that if they want to reproduce, they can, they've got all the energy they need to do that, but if they don't want to reproduce, they've still got all the energy to go and do all the fun things. Does that sound good? Ha ha ha. So, as I bang on about every single day, this process is really simple. When you look at the ABC of how the human body works, there is 3 energy systems, and energy is what we need to do anything, whether it's to blink your eyelids, to move your arms around, or to do a high intense activity, to eat food, to go to the bathroom. Everything requires energy. And there's 3 energy systems in the body. There's the phosphate system, the 100% system to get you away from a threat to keep you alive. There's the lactate system, which is that if that animal keeps chasing you, or if you have to keep fighting, you can. So that's the phosphate system is 10 seconds. Then the lactate system is anything after 10 seconds to about 2 minutes. So you're putting in as hard as effort as you possibly can for up to 2 minutes. And after that, you need oxygen. So the first 2 energy systems don't require oxygen. The second one, you need oxygen. So that's the aerobic system. That's breathing in oxygen, breathing out the waste product of carbon dioxide, and that's what we live in all day long. So those 3 energy systems, and I'll say it again, we need energy for everything. So surely as exercise professionals, we need to understand, how does the phosphate system give us energy? How does the lactate system give us energy? And how does the aerobic system give us energy, so that we can go and do all the things that we want to do? And then how does that fit into safe, effective exercise that is short and fast results? The fundamentals, ABCs here, yeah? So if you look at the phosphate system, it's 10 seconds, it's 100% effort. It has no waste product, because it's the ultimate. If you are about to get killed by a wild animal, or a wild tribe person is about to stab you, if you've got a threat in your life and you need to use your body, human body, to keep you alive, to stay alive, you need instant energy really fast, and it has to be at 100% effort. So if somebody's about to kill you, you don't jog away, you don't walk away, you don't do your 10,000 steps to get away, you don't do low intense activity to get away, you have to go. You either turn and fight and kill that thing, or you have to sprint. So it's 10 seconds, stored phosphates as the energy source, no waste products, and your body does everything possible to either turn and kill the threat, or to get you away, which is really awesome. That's the endocrine system, the fight and flight system, that produces epinephrine, adrenaline, and cortisol, which is the let's get out of here drugs, which is high, and those neurotransmitters, those chemicals produced by your body to help you get away, they give you an increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, increased blood sugar levels, increased blood fat levels. They shut everything else down so that you can get away. Pretty awesome, the human body, isn't it? The next energy system, which is, again, 100% effort, you're not using oxygen, so you can't go and breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. You have to use stored carbohydrate, glycogen, in your muscles directly, which is why glycogen, carbohydrate, sugar is so important. And obviously you're using your brain, so you need glucose for your brain. So the energy source is carbohydrate, glycogen. The small challenge with the lactate system, though, or the large challenge, especially with people that don't exercise, is it has a waste product. And it's technically called lactic acid. There's a lot of argument now about what it is and how that affects your body, but ultimately you've felt it. If you've ever exercised hard past 10 seconds, you start to get a burning sensation in your muscles and you start to feel sick. And if somebody's really unfit, they'll feel very sick and will probably throw up. It's not a very nice place to put people when they very first start an exercise program, which is why it seems we tend to put people into the aerobic system. But interestingly, we all live in the aerobic system 24/7. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide, the waste product, and everything we do is aerobic unless we have to go hard and go fast. So there's a great question to be asked. If I want to get a great result, do I go at 100% effort for 10 seconds? Do I go for 10 seconds to 2 minutes and create burning sensation in people's muscles and make them feel sick? Or do I go slow and boring and long and I can go forever? And the challenge with going forever is we live there already. So what's the overload? If I want to get fit and I want to get strong, I have to overload. If I keep doing the same thing over and over, I'm not going to get fit and I'm not going to get strong. That's just common sense, isn't it? So I'm going to wrap that up really simply. If I want to create an exercise program for somebody that's safe, it's effective, the workout is fast and they get a result fast, here's how this works. I'm going to ask my client, I'm going to ask the person that I want to get fit and strong, how much time have you got? So whether they've got 1 minute, 5 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get them as puffed as I possibly can in 10 seconds. So even if somebody is obese, they're diseased, they have no energy, they're really unfit, all the horrible things, we all have to start people off slowly. But here's the thing, even if somebody is diseased and obese, if somebody breaks into their house and tries to kill them, they will be able to go because their adrenaline, epinephrine, cortisol will want to preserve their life. So automatically they'll be able to get up and go. Isn't that awesome how the human body, doesn't matter how broken down you are, your body will do everything possible to keep you alive. Now the second part of that is it's 10 seconds. So if I ask people what's the biggest excuse for not exercising, people will always say, I don't have time. So the further we get people away from zero, because most people do zero exercise, the further we get away from zero, the less likely they are to exercise. So if somebody's doing zero and I say you've got to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour, you might not think that's a very long time, but for somebody that's obese or they're really unfit or they hate exercising, 30 minutes is a really long time. Just ask. And I have, because I have been doing this a really long time. And hundreds and thousands of people have shared with me that going to the gym and getting stuck on a treadmill for 30 minutes plod jogging or 20 minutes on a cross trainer, it's boring as hell and it seems to take much longer than 20 or 30 minutes. But my question is always, what's the point? I can already do 20 or 30 minutes because that's the energy system I work in all the time. So if I stick with the 10-second phosphate system, first of all, it's really fast. It's as close to zero as you can get. There's no waste product, so I'm not going to get a burning sensation. I'm not going to feel sick. Psychologically, can I psych myself up? Is it easier to psych myself up for 10 seconds than it is for an hour or 30 minutes or 20 minutes? Of course, the answer is 10 seconds has got to be easier. So all I've got to ask is how long have you got? So if somebody's got 5 minutes, we're going to get puffed, get our breath back, get puffed, get our breath back. Now here's the thing, if I'm really unfit, if I get somebody to get puffed for 10 seconds, they might take a long time to get their breath back. It might be 2 minutes, it might be 5 minutes, it might be 25 minutes. But here's the beautiful thing, how do we measure somebody's fitness and how do we measure somebody's strength? And this to me is the most important part. I know somebody's really fit. I can get a measurement immediately by taking their resting heart rate, because a really fit person has their heart beats slowly. It doesn't have to beat fast because it wants to conserve energy for exercise. Yay. So if somebody's got a low resting heart rate, that means they're fit. If I then get them to get puffed for 10 seconds, the amount of time it takes for their heart rate to get back to resting will share with me how fit they are. So elite athletes that are really used to using their phosphate system, they recover incredibly quickly. Somebody that's very unfit might take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours for their heart rate to get back to resting. But here's the beautiful thing, I can test and measure that every time. And the results show really fast. I can get somebody puffed, their resting heart rate might be 60, 80, 100. Some people have a resting heart rate of over 100. So I now know what their resting heart rate is. I get them puffed and it takes them 20 minutes to recover. Next time, how long does it take? Oh, it only took you 17 minutes to recover. This time it takes you 12 minutes to recover. Next time you're fully recovered in 5 minutes. I can measure very quickly that this person's getting fitter. And how motivational is that? Second, if their heart rate is coming down, their resting heart rate is coming down, that means the rest of their body is getting healthier as well. And I can measure that really easily. Strength is very simple. If I can lift heavier, I'm getting stronger. Not if I do more repetitions, not if I do more sets, not if I come to the gym more times, not if I lift kettlebells versus dumbbells versus barbells. None of that produces strength. All I have to do is overload my muscles. My muscles are blind and they can't count. But if I can lift heavier next time, it means I'm getting stronger. They're very, very easy measurements and very motivational. So if somebody from first workout to second workout recovers quicker from a 10-second bout of exercise, high intense activity. And if one time they lifted 5 kilos and this time they can lift 7.5 kilos, then they've gotten stronger. And it's very motivational because they can feel it. They can see the numbers going up or going down. It's very awesome. But they're very short, easy ways to test and measure. The reason this excites me is I can take any person, doesn't matter where they're from, what their culture is, how fit or unfit they are, how big or small they are, how tall or short they are, how much energy they've got, and get them to go hard for 10 seconds. I know it's safe because the human body's designed. If you're put under threat, your body will give you everything you need to get the hell out of there or to turn and fight for 10 seconds. Chance of injury is so much less because putting compression forces through your spine, putting compression forces through your joints is safe, but if I do it over and over and over and over and over again, I'm going to get overuse injuries. But if I'm only doing something for 10 seconds, very difficult to get overuse injuries. And if I'm not doing this to my joints, which means the only side note is for a safe, effective exercise program, for it to be safe, I've got to put all of my muscles into use, which means I've got to get off my ass, off my knees, off the floor. I can't have anything supporting me. So not water, not a bike, not a rowing machine, not the floor. I need to be in the upright position so that my body that's the position that the human body is meant to be in. As soon as you sit down or kneel down, you're taking out the major muscles in your body. What an ineffective way to exercise. Doesn't that just make sense? So I can take any person, put them in the upright position, get them to do something that's going to get them puffed for 10 seconds, and we're off and racing. Get them to lift something heavy, and heavy compared to whatever they think is heavy, but if they can lift it for longer than 10 seconds, so if after 10 seconds they can keep going, then the weight's too light. So next time we need to pick a heavier weight. It's a very simple process. And then from a time frame point of view, if somebody's only got 5 minutes, we're going to go hard, get our breath back, go hard, get our breath back. If they've got 20 minutes, we're going to go hard, get our breath back, go hard, get our breath back. There's no purpose in going into the aerobic system where we get people to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes of long, slow plodding. So slow plodding exercise is what I'm trying to say. The point. And I will go one step further because I've been doing this a very long time. I'm very concerned that long, slow plod jogging exercise actually makes people fatter. Because if I go for a walk or a slow plod jog and I'm out for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, I come back and I've got this false sense of security that I've done an enormous amount of exercise. Oh, I've been out for a walk for an hour. And so people have an extra glass of wine, or they have an extra piece of cake, or they have an extra bit of dinner and wonder why their exercise program is making them fatter or heavier or however you measure it. And here's my favourite measurement: resting heart rate. How long does it take you to recover? Are you lifting heavier? And then how do you look in the mirror? You don't need a body fat test or a measurement or weigh somebody. When somebody looks in the mirror, they've got no clothes on, the mirror's brightly lit by the sunshine or by a light, the mirror will tell you how you're going. And that's one of my it's just one of my bugbears, because people say, oh, I'm the right weight, I'm the right body fat percentage, but they still don't like what they see in the mirror. Or they love what they see in the mirror, and then some stupid test tells them you're too much body fat and you weigh too much or your measurements are too big. But they love what they see in the mirror. So as an exercise professional, I would love for people to be healthy, fit, strong, have a stack of energy, perform at their best, look great in their clothes, love the way their body feels to touch and the way that looks in the mirror, and ultimately get the results that they want in the shortest period of time, in the safest way possible, with an exercise program that actually works. And the furthest we get away from zero, the less likely it is to work. So let's think about, what if I only work in the phosphate system? Will I get fitter? Yes. Will I get stronger? Yes. Will I have more energy? And this is my last one. The brain changes. When you've got away from a threat because you've done high intense activity, so you've pumped epinephrine, adrenaline and cortisol, now you have dopamine, reward neurotransmitter. Yay, she's alive, she didn't die, she got away from the threat. And then we have serotonin, which is the satisfaction neurotransmitter. Wow, I'm still alive. I should be very satisfied with my life because I should be dead. So high intense activity is the best way to change your brain psychologically for anti-depression, for anti-anxiety, for anti-Alzheimer's, anti-dementia, anti-low self-confidence and self-esteem. You have to change your brain chemistry to get great feelings, and the only way to do that is to do high intense activity. So if you want a healthy, fit, strong body and brain, go short, hard and fast so you can live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max.